Hi, and welcome everyone to Amy of AJC Magic TV. I do welcome everyone in. I'll give a few minutes for everyone to come in. Sorry, I was running a little late. And just want to get started losing track of time there. So we'll allow everyone to come in. What I'll do is I have several different categories of quizzes. Some are Star Wars trivia, some are Disney trivia, 90s trivia. I did have an 80s card. I do have sports trivia. So we'll play around, maybe do 5 or 6 questions of each type of trivia. And then we will keep moving around. Not sure who will stop in. But I do welcome anyone who does come in. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. It does help the channel. It's most appreciated. And I do welcome you all in. And just come and have fun. And then we'll get started here. Welcome in the Hitchhiking Bones. If you're still here, so welcome in. And we'll start off with like the Star Wars questions. We'll do about 10 of those. Or maybe 5 to 6, depending on who all stops in. I know some people, if I do Star Wars only, then they jump out and then I lose people. So I try to mix it up. I have Disney questions. I'm trying to also not do quizzes all the time. So maybe like once a month we'll do that because I like to try to do late night trivia or anything like that. Welcome in, Daniel. This Infinity. Um, so, and I thought about talking about all the Disney news and different things, but I've heard so many different rehashes and hashes. And I mean, I know what my feelings are in it. Part of me is sad that the Magical Express is going away, but then the other part of me is thinking, you know what? I lived through the years before Magical Express was ever invented, and you either had to add Mears Motor Shuttle to your package if you did a package with Disney, or if you got a hotel, you either thought about renting a car or buying a Mears ticket to get yourself, or take a cab from MCO. Welcome in, Monarch Moments. So, so to me, they're just kind of going backwards on that, where now you have to basically pay, not that you probably weren't already paying that in your packages or your hotel stays and different things. You'll just have to go back to, a lot of these town card services. I mean, if I lived in Orlando, I know like insurance and stuff for that, but I'd probably be signing up for some type of car service or something. Yeah, so now I'm thinking they will figure out a way. I mean, my biggest thing with not having the Magical Express there, for me, one, a lot of times I was traveling solo, so it was easy to hop on Magical Express and get myself to the hotel. And then if I decided I wanted to rent a car or go somewhere else, I only started taking Lyft um, last summer when I was actually at Disney. I missed all of 2020, so like most of us have. But in 2019, I started taking Lyft. I've used cabs before to get myself to Universal one way, and then I got a ride back, or I'd ride with my cousin who lives down there, and we would go to Universal or wherever we decided we were going to go. Because sometimes we drive down to Cocoa Beach and stuff. So, and in my future trips, I was thinking about planning on renting a car anyways. The only drawback of renting a car and staying on Disney property is now building in not only the cost of the car, but the cost of nights at your resort. And depending on the level of resorts, I know DVC members get, if they're staying DVC, they get free parking, but I'm not a DVC member. I wouldn't be staying DVC unless I rented points from someone. But enough of that, because, like I said, I was planning on renting a car anyway, only because if I was going to be going before during the pandemic and everything, I thought it would be just a little bit safer than being on a bus. I know they're kind of doing, crowd control and stuff for the buses and transportation. Um, and things, but to kind of just space myself out, and then with so many people that I know that are in the area, and I do have relatives in the area to go visit and different things like that. I want to go to like the Character Warehouse. I want to visit other places and just Disney while I'm there if I take a longer trip. So that would be the only drawback for me. If I was with my sister's family, we would be using one of their timeshares and we're off property, and I'd be renting a car anyway. But then I wouldn't be paying for parking at the resort, and I have an annual pass. So unless they take away the free parking on platinum annual passes or annual passes, whatever levels have a free parking on annual passes, then I'm pretty much, as long as I still have the annual pass, not paying for parking. So, and I'm surprised and it's probably coming soon, but I'm sure at some point downtown Disney Springs will probably start charging parking. So who knows? Because they're just trying to figure out ways of helping their economy and everything. And it's a shame everything has happened. You just wonder, well, had this not happened or this not happened, um, would have would some of these things be happening? Who knows? I know the train's going to be there. I'd be curious of how much a ticket from MCO to Disney Springs on the train, but we won't know until that actually gets up and running. And I'm sure if that might be an option, if they sell packages at Disney, who knows? So we will really won't know a lot of those answers. Um, the big thing for me too, um, staying home resort, I always took advantage of the extra magic hours. Um, that's a little disappointing. I know these days right now they haven't had the extra magic hours, but from what I've been told, a lot of the parks start opening once they open the parking lot gates, and they don't want people really standing around the front. Now, I don't know what time buses start from the resorts or the Skyliner from the resorts. Like, say, if you were going to Epcot at 11 o'clock, what time can you get the bus to Epcot, or or even the Magic Kingdom? Because I think officially it opens at 9 a.m., but I've seen people started streaming at a little bit after 8 a.m. and they were in the park, or at least 8:30. Um, so they were able to get ahead of the crowd and get on as many rides as possible. I mean, I always use the early morning entry hours. They hit those rides. I know, like Magic Kingdom, really Tomorrowland and Fantasyland was always the ones that were open. So I was able to knock out that area and then go on to Big Thunder and Splash Mountain and everything. And I guess with all the parks having that 30 minutes extra for resort guests, kind of spreads out everything, and you would just get there that closer for Pandora, because some of those places, by the time you walk in, it's already been 10-15 minutes. So who knows? Yeah, that's what I heard, Daniel, that the train probably wouldn't open till 2023 anyway, and who knows, they may get some opposition there. Universal might want a piece of that, or something. I bet they raise prices this year at some point. Yeah, I'm sure Monarch Moments, they're probably due. Garrett, they're probably due for a price range somewhere. I mean, looking at some of the resort prices at certain times of the year, it's kind of expected, but it's kind of disappointing when I know many years ago I paid $200 a night to stay in a room at the beach club, and now you're paying $200 a night for Pop Century at certain times of the year. Now, if you want to stay at the beach club, you're forking over, at least if you're lucky. Sometimes you can get it in the 380, 370 range, sometimes 354. to up to $500, $600, $700 depending on the type of room. So I had my but like I said, that was in the 90s. You could get a deluxe resort at $200 to $250, and then it just really jumped. And now you're paying that for moderate or values, and maybe sometimes a moderate resort with a special. So yeah, the inflation with Disney really went up fast with that. But like I said, I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm here. We're going to just go ahead and play some quiz games. I was going to try to set up a Lego build because I do have a couple different Legos, but I have to make sure I get the room space. The room that I'm in now, there's nothing for me to do unless I bring up a table or something, which I may end up having to do. But we have a nice size ping pong table I could set up in our back room, and my brother hangs out there for work and stuff, and I don't know if he was still working or what he was doing, so I couldn't interrupt that. We can start with Star Wars questions, or if you want Disney questions. I don't know who's still left in the chat. Please share out the stream if you feel like you'd like to do that. That would be nice. I know it's dinner time on the East Coast, so that makes it hard to get everybody in. I'm probably going to start looking maybe for another different time. It's just that, like before me, it just seems like it's getting crowded here and there, and if somebody's in the parks around this time, it just I just don't, it's just getting a little crowded in that section. So, but that's all. I recently put together Boba Fett Ship Slave 1. It is a really cool one. That's pretty cool. Hello, Dre Houston. Thank you for joining. But right now we're doing Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. I'm hoping to get a few new Funkos that are coming in that I had pre-ordered. So hopefully that'll come and we'll be showing everything. Hello, Will of the Hitchhiking Bones. Yes, I am celebrating. The Pittsburgh Penguins are actually playing now. I do like watching them and enjoy watching them, but right now I'm streaming, but that's okay. There's plenty of games. I'll catch them and everything. Welcome in, Francisco. Thank you for joining. And that's where Penguin Master is, because she's a diehard Penguin fan. So that's where she's at. The Penguins had the early game today, and I know she's been counting down the face-off of the season. So welcome in, everyone. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We'll start with some Star Wars questions. We'll do we'll do 5, switch to Disney, and then see how everyone does. But the first questions, they're mainly with Luke Skywalker, and this is like kind of the category. Hello, Dawn of the Hitchhiking Bones. Thank you for joining. But Luke Skywalker, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, point it at the deck. So here is the first question, and some are multiple choice, some you guess, and just wait until I finish the full question, especially with the multiple choice, so you're not kind of guessing and everything. But the first one is a multiple choice question. What grotesque desert creature lives in the pit of Carcoon? A, the surface, B, the sabak, or C, the zabadak. Yeah, it's Sarlacc, sorry. And Daniel, this Infinity, got it first. So Daniel is on the board, and Dawn of Hitchhiking Bones is on the board. with Sarlacc, which was letter A. Letter A. Welcome in, Dave Houston. Okay, next question. Who frees Lando from the grip of a Sarlacc tentacle? Who frees Lando from the grip of a Sarlacc tentacle? And Don and Daniel again with Han Solo. Han Solo. Dave was a close third on that one. Gotta love Hilo. Yes. Okay, here we go. Next question. What does Luke Skywalker give to Jabba the Hutt as a token of his goodwill? Okay, Will, no problem. Be safe driving there. What does Luke Skywalker give to Jabba the Hutt as a token of his goodwill? I see droids. Do you know what droids he gives them? A Disney pin. Good one, Dre. But Daniel and Don again. And Daniel gets the extra point for R2D2 and C3PO. C3PO. That's what I was looking at. Shop Disney, and it would be neat to have the C3PO droid if he would walk. And they did have like a little C3PO, but I'm not sure if he did anything on like their page. I was trying to look at that. Hello, Stacy of Disney Nerd Herders. Thank you for joining. Okay, here we go. Next question. What does R2D2 hide while working on Jabba's ship? What does R2D2 hide while working on Jabba's ship? Does anyone know? What does R2D2 hide while working on Jabba's ship? And Dawn of the Hitchhiking Bones and Daniel. Way to go. They're my Star Wars people. If Tracy was here, he'd probably know also. Hey, the last question on this card. Who owns the Ubrikian luxury sail barge, the Kitana? Welcome in, Rhonda Lee. DWG Rhonda Lee. Who owns the Yukonian luxury sail barge, the Katana, or the Kurtana? I know I'm not probably saying some of these right. No idea. And it looks like Daniel gets it with Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt. So that was the last question on that one. Jabba the Hutt. Spelling? Jabba is Jabba. The Hutt Hutt. So Daniel got the spelling. Unless you guessed it there, Rhonda, I didn't see it. Yes, that was a good guess, Daniel. Yeah, I'm just doing a couple Star Wars, another card's worth, and I'm going to switch to Disney questions. Oh, okay. Okay. No problem. Okay, this is also Return of the Jedi. The Emperor Star Wars Return of the Jedi. By now, you must know that your father can never be turned from the dark side. And that is from the Emperor. Ah, no problem. No problem. From Emperor Palpatine, that was a quote. So, the Emperor, Star Wars Return of the Jedi. By now, you must know that your father can never be turned from the dark side. From Emperor Palpatine. Yeah, I couldn't remember, and I'm looking at his face like I know his name. So here we go. First question. What does the Emperor use to attack Luke Skywalker? What does the Emperor use to attack Luke Skywalker? And Daniel of this Infinity gets it with Force Lighting. With Force Lightning. Sorry, Force Lightning. Way to go, Daniel. And actually, Stacy gets it with Lightning also. So Stacy Nerdherder is on the board. Electricity. Yes. Wasn't sure what it was called. But Stacy Nerdherder, welcome to the board. Okay, next question. What does the Emperor say is the only way Luke can be turned to the dark side of the Force? Okay, Dawn, no problem. What does the Emperor say is the only way that Luke can be turned to the dark side of the Force? It's not who kills. He doesn't. It's not he kills his father, Darth Vader. That's not the answer. Anger? No. The Emperor and another person have to do something. If he kills Palpatine. Nah, it doesn't have anything to do with killing anybody, Daniel. At least this question doesn't. What does the Emperor say is the only way that Luke can be turned to the dark side of the Force? And you have to remember he's talking not to Luke, but another person. And if nobody gets it here, I'll go ahead and give the answer. But he has to work, the Emperor and Darth Vader have to work together to turn Luke to the dark side. So Palpatine and Darth Vader have to work together. So that was the answer to that question. Yeah, it's interesting how they pinpoint certain things. Okay, here we go. Next question. What does Darth Vader tell Luke the Emperor is going to slow it? The Emperor is going to show him the true nature of. What does Darth Vader tell Luke the Emperor is going to show him the true nature of? Yes, that's right, Daniel. You're close, Daniel, but not the dark side. And Snowman gets it. Welcome in, Snowman. And Snowman gets it with the Force. The Force. So welcome in, Snowman. It was the Force. Okay, here we go. Next question. What does Obi-Wan tell Luke? Let's see. What does Obi-Wan tell Luke could be made to serve the Emperor? A, his powers, B, his strength, or C, his feelings? What does Obi-Wan tell Luke could be made to serve the Emperor? A, his powers, B, his strength, or C, his feelings? And Dre Houston and This Infinity get it with his feelings. So welcome to the board, Dre. It is his feelings. And the last question on the Star Wars. Who defeats the Emperor inside the second Death Star? Who defeats the Emperor inside the second Death Star? Let's see if anybody else comes up with the answer. I do see one correct answer. And This Infinity, Daniel gets it with Darth Vader. Darth Vader. So, congratulations, Daniel. You got all of those. It was Darth Vader. Now, let's see. You love Return of the Jedi. Yeah, they have different mixtures of everything. Okay, this is the last Return of the Jedi question. There we go. What does Darth Vader say he would like to look upon Luke with as the second Darth Star collapses around them? Okay, no problem, Snowman. Thank you for joining, though. What does Darth Vader say he would like to look upon Luke with as the second Death Star collapses around them? And this Infinity gets it with his own eyes, and producer Preston. Welcome in, Preston. So welcome to the board also with his own eyes. Good job, Preston and Daniel. There we go. Next question. Who was Anakin Skywalker's father? Who was Anakin Skywalker's father? I'm going to be switching to Disney ones after this if you're still here. I know you guys have your show at 7 p.m. So check out the Disney Nerd Herders. Yes, Anakin's father. Who was Anakin Skywalker's father? Hello, Carol Karki. Welcome in. Hello, This Noah's Adventures. Welcome in. And Snowman gets it as he had no father. So that's kind of a trick question, but Snowman got it because Anakin Skywalker, we didn't know who his father was. So he had no father. That was kind of a trick question there. Okay, going on to the next question. What is Obi-Wan Kenobi's final promise to Qui-Gon Jinn? What is Obi-Wan Kenobi's final promise to Qui-Gon Jinn? So Quien Jinn, Jinn. And Daniel and Stacy get it with he will train Anakin Skywalker. He will train Anakin. Good job. Two more questions on the Star Wars, and then we will switch to Disney questions. Which three Jedi appear as Force spirits at the end of Return of the Jedi? Which three Jedi appear as Force ghosts at the end of Return of the Jedi? Welcome in, Shawana Creative Circle. Thank you for joining. Okay, I will give Daniel, Stacy, and Noah the answer, the point. It is Yoda, Anakin, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So Stacy, Noah, and Daniel. Daniel, you were fast on that question. You were fast. Wow. And the last question on the Star Wars: who did Anakin Skywalker often have nightmares about? Who did Anakin Skywalker often have nightmares about? Welcome in, Web Savvy Cafe. Thank you. I see one person that got it right so far. We'll see if anybody else gets it. Welcome in, Shawana's Creative Circle, Web Savvy Cafe. And Stacy Disney Nerd Herders gets it with his mother, and Noah with his mother. So Noah and Stacy Herder. Okay, we're going to switch over to Disney questions. And we're going to start off with the movie Dumbo. The movie Dumbo. Thank you, Charlie. Hello, the indoor outdoor gardener. Thank you for joining. On the Star Wars portion, Daniel was ahead with 13 points. The next person was Dawn and Stacy Dawn of the Hitchhiking Ghost and Stacy Nerd Herders with 4 points. Then Noah Snowman got 2 points, and producer Preston and Dre Houston each with 1 point. So congratulations on the Star Wars part. Welcome in, James Ryan. Thank you for joining. No problem. And then here we go on the Disney portion. We are doing the movie Dumbo. That's so far Dumbo, and then I will switch around and pick other movies. So welcome in, everyone. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It does help out the channel. Also, check out our videos and other live streams. Consider subscribing. That would be also helpful. We do live streams of late night trivia where go live 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. Sometimes there are driving streams. Sometimes there are pop-up streams in and around different attractions and areas. And we also do Disney streams, whether from the Disney store, Disney merchandise, Disney pins. So check that all out. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get started with the movie Dumbo. And yes, at 7 p.m. it is the Disney Nerd Herders at 7 p.m. Also, Pete McDevitt usually has a creator talk at 7 p.m. And also, One Stop Mouse, Bob of One Stop Mouse, he is interviewing. Also, I'm not sure who is. I believe he has Kadani Sean on today. Also, at 8 p.m., D&G Explorers. 9 p.m., usually Monarch Moments. At This and That Crew. And at 10 p.m. is the Griswold Family Vacay. Also, like to thank Dean of the LivePlace.com. He does showcase various creators, whether they're Disney, RVers, cruisers, people who go on cruises and talk about them, or travel agents. So check out Dean of the LivePlace.com. And I thank him for hosting my channel. Okay, let's get started here. Where do Dumbo and his mother live and work? Where do Dumbo and his mother live and work? Okay, Web Savvy, thank you for joining. And James, Ryan, and Daniel get the first 2 points. So welcome to the board, James, and welcome to the board, Daniel. They live and work at the circus. Okay, here we go. Next question. Dumbo is demoted to a clown after tripping in the elephant acrobatic act. True or false? Dumbo is demoted to a clown after tripping in the elephant acrobatic act. True or false? And Noah and Dre Houston come in with the correct answer of true. So welcome to the board, Noah and Dre. It is true. Yes, that it was sad. Because of his big ears. Okay, next question. What object does Dumbo believe helps him fly? What object does Dumbo believe helps him to fly? And Noah and Daniel get it with the feather. Noah and Daniel with the feather. Let's see if anybody knows the next question. What is Dumbo's real name? What is Dumbo's real name? I don't know if anybody knows that. I honestly didn't know that either. Shows I pay attention to the beginning of the movie. And Karki and Noah get it with Jumbo. With Jumbo. So welcome to the board, Karki. And Noah gets a point with Jumbo. Jumbo Jr. Welcome to the board, Mike Wheeler, because you got the full name. And welcome in, Mike. Okay, next question. The circus is in which American state when the stork delivers baby Dumbo? The circus is in which American state when the stork delivers baby Dumbo? Not the U.S. Name a state. The circus is in which American state when the stork delivers the baby Dumbo? So far, I do not see the correct answer. You're actually too high north. Think about where the Barnum and Bailey Circus is, even though they're not part of the Barnum and Bailey Circus. Okay, Karki. And Noah gets it with Florida. It is Florida. So way to go, Noah. It was the state of Florida. That's probably why they had that circus world. Well, plus the Barnum was from the Florida area. Okay, here we go. Next question. Still Dumbo. Dumbo has very large what? Dumbo has very large what? Daniel and Web Cafe gets it with ears. So welcome to the board, Web Savvy Cafe with ears. So Daniel and Web Savvy Cafe. Good job, everyone. What is the name of the locomotive that transports the animals? What is the name of the locomotive that transports the animals? What is the name of the train? I see one person with the correct name. Western Union. And Noah gets it with Casey Jr. Circus Train. So Noah gets it with Casey Jr. Way to go, Noah. I actually rode that. Well, they had that ride at Disneyland many years ago. I got to go to Disneyland, and it was just Disneyland there at the time, so that's how long ago it was. But I rode the Casey Jr. train. What motivational words does Casey Jr. say to himself while chugging uphill? What motivational words does Casey Jr. say to himself while chugging uphill? And James Ryan and Web Savvy Cafe. I think I can. I think I can. Way to go on that. Good job. And the last question on the Dumbo. What is Timothy's full name? What is Timothy's full name? And this is what Timothy looks like. So you know. What is Timothy's full name? And James Ryan and Noah get it. It is Timothy Q. Mouse. So James Ryan and Noah. Way to go, guys. We have time for one more card. We'll do Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch for our last questions. Here we go. The next category is Lilo and Stitch. True or false? Stitch is a dog. True or false? Stitch is a dog. And Karki and Web Savvy Cafe gets it right. It is false. Stitch is an alien. Stitch is an alien. So good job, Karki and Web Savvy Cafe. I know Disney makes Stitch out to be a dog because that's where she found him. but he's actually an alien. So it is false. Good job. What does ohana mean? What does ohana mean? And Noah and Daniel get it. Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. So way to go, Daniel and Noah. Welcome in, Russ. No problem. Oh, wow. No problem. Ah, that's weird. Okay, 3 more questions left. Which instrument does Stitch learn to play? Which instrument does Stitch learn to play? Welcome in, Captain Akron. Thank you for joining. Yeah, YouTube, because of those shorts and stuff, get kind of goofy. And Car Key and Dre Houston get it with ukulele. The ukulele. Way to go, Dre and Carol, with the ukulele. The bagpipes. That would have been interesting. Okay, next question. What does Mr. Okay, sorry. What does Mr. Bubbles have tattooed on his knuckles? What does Mr. Bubbles have tattooed on his knuckles? No problem, Dre. Not mom, not punch. That would be this is more detailed than I would expect it. I'll give another question, but I'm going to go ahead and give the answer. It was his first name, Cobra. First name, Cobra. So Cobra was on his knuckles because that was his first name. Okay, let's go on to the next question. What does Lilo do every Thursday? What does Lilo do every Thursday? Yep, it was Cobra. Those are little details there. What does Lilo do every Thursday? Not hula dancing. It has something to do with a fish. I'll give Daniel and Noah. She takes Pudge the fish a peanut butter sandwich. A peanut butter sandwich. So Daniel and Noah. Let's see if I can find the other card. And I'll give one more question. Yeah, feeds Pudge a peanut butter sandwich. And I'll give Russ a point. So welcome to the board, Russ. Here comes the next question. Although you guys all get some good answers. Stitch crash lands in the French Alps. True or false? Stitch crash lands in the French Alps. True or false? And Web Savvy Cafe and Daniel Disinfinity get it with false. False. Way to go, guys. Way to go. And the last question of the evening. The last question of the evening. After Nanny's long day of failed job hunting, what does David suggest to cheer her up? Welcome in, Serpum. Yeah, that's what Russ said also. That he didn't get notified, so it was kind of weird. Probably because I dropped 2 shorts earlier and then it screwed up my type of thing. After Nani's long day of failed job hunting, what does David suggest to cheer her up? So far, I do not see the answer. Remember, they're in Hawaii. That's a good answer, though. Whiskey sour. But remember, they're in Hawaii. What do you do in Hawaii? Yeah, that's true, Russ. And Disinfinity gets the answer with surf. Go surfing. So way to go, Daniel. And I'll give Noah part of it because he was coming in as I was giving that in. Hey, my time, catch a wave, yes. So our big winner on the Disney side is Noah with 9 points. Daniel had 7 points. James Ryan, 4 points. Web Savvy Cafe, 4 points. Car Key Carol, 3 points. Dre Houston, 2 points. Mike Wheeler and Russ, 1 point. So great job, everyone. So thank you for joining. I know the notifications. I've been trying to share it out like when I get on. So I do apologize for that. I know sometimes YouTube gets kind of crazy with that. So, but just keep checking. Make sure your notification bell is solid black. That way you'll know when I go live. Because I do sometimes some late night trivia, and you can catch it there. So I do thank everyone for joining. I know I know the Disney Nerd Herders go on at 7 p.m. Also, One Stop Mouse, Pete McDevitt do 7 p.m. interviews. Also, at 8 p.m. D&G Explorers, 9 p.m. Monarch Moments, and the This and That crew. At 10 p.m. I know Danny of Griswold Family Vacate does late night trivia. So check that out for this evening. So I do thank everyone for joining. Congratulations, Daniel, on the Star Wars win, and congratulations to Noah on the Disney side of the win. So thank you for joining. Have a great day, and let the adventures begin. Bye, everyone.